Hello, everybody. Today we are going to be talking about economy and human lives. Which one is subservient to the other? Normally, people exist, they live on this earth, and in order to survive on this earth, they have to engage in certain kind of activity. And the accumulation of those activities is called economy. So it means that people stand at a higher level, and economy is supposed to be subservient to people in principle. That's the scenario. But look today what's happening. Because of coronavirus, one thing has become clear to us. You remember how the dead count began coming before us in news? So there was hue and cry in the very beginning about the number of people who were dying every day. But right now, it has become only a number, merely a statistic. Human lives have been reduced to statistics. The discussion that was in the forefront in the beginning of this pandemic has gone to the background. And what is at the forefront now? The economic loss that is being suffered by countries across the globe. What does this tell us? It tells us that people have become subservient to economic system, which was never intended in the first place. Now, the most important thing is to understand why have we arrived at this point where economy means more than human lives. I'll give you two examples to substantiate my point. 5 years ago, I think, there were floods in Jammu and Kashmir in India, the North India. People refused to leave their houses when rescuers reached them. Why? The reason given was this: if they leave their economic possessions behind, their future lives will be worse than death. So in the face of any calamity or any disaster, human beings, at the cost of their lives, try to stick to the economic possessions that they hold. So the society that we are a part of has made those economic possessions even more valuable than human lives. And the same thing we are witnessing today in case of coronavirus. No doubt that there are talks about people getting killed by virus. But at the same time, more importance is given to economic system and economic activities. As you can see in many countries, the lockdown is not imposed strictly. In countries like Brazil, when people want to stay at home because they care for their lives, the president itself is going out and telling everybody to continue and go on with their economic activity. And before we go ahead, let me point out that it's not only greed, it's the necessity if we want to survive in this world that we have to have certain material things in our hand. Everybody is greedy, but in the face of natural disaster or any other such incidents, people tend to forget greed. What comes to their mind then is not the greed, it's the tools that they need to survive the future if they get out alive from that situation. And given the system, economic system that we have, those tools are totally material in nature. If you lose them, you do not stand a chance to survive in the world. Now, coming to example number 2. In India, farmer suicide rate is very high. No doubt that agricultural activities in India depend on a lot many things. But because of various reasons, farmers have to keep taking loans so that they can get on and get through their lives. But as it normally happens, because of natural reasons or because of too high interest rate imposed onto the loans by the local lenders, farmers are not able to repay back their loans, and their life becomes worse than any other possible scenario. Can you imagine a scenario in which life in your own country becomes so bad that it's not worth living? Unfortunately, that's what we have made our systems into. So before I go, I just want to highlight one last time that economy is supposed to be for people. People are not for economy. People cannot be reduced to the level when they just become nothing but a means for economy to sustain and progress ahead. It's people who need to survive on this earth. And unfortunately, the way we have designed our system, people are just nothing but a means to take economy ahead. And this is not the scenario that we wanted to have, but we have it. And I think that we should all work in this regard and try to change it. Thank you so much.